Lee Holdsworth, driver of the number 4 IRWIN Racing Ford in the V8 Supercars Championship. As we look forward to the 50th running of the Bathurst 1000, I thought it'd be cool to look back at where the great race started from. Here's my ride for this year's Super Cheap Auto Bathurst 1000. It's a purpose-built V8 Supercar by Stone Brothers Racing. It's a far cry from the production cars that used to tackle Mount Panorama back in 1963. Well, this is the sort of car that Bob Jane and Harry Firth took to victory in the very first Bathurst 500 mile race. It's a Mark I Ford Cortina GT. Let's have a look at some of the key differences. As you can see, the interior is absolutely bulk standard, down to the steering wheel, seats and trim. Not even the seatbelt is up to the standard of today's road car. Now this is my office. This race car was built from the ground up, purely as a race car, no luxuries. You've got a number of safety aspects in here. You've got the race seat, which wraps around, holds me in there nice and tight. I've got a 5-post harness. You've got the seat net, window net, and then in front of me, I have a number of gadgets that I have to work with through the race. Roll bar adjusters, and also a sequential gearbox. These days, we use a 5-litre Ford racing engine, built and developed by Stone Brothers Racing. This thing pumps out over 650 brake horsepower and gets me from 0 to 100 in less than 4 seconds. Now have a look at this. It's a 1.5 litre twin Weber carby. It's putting out about, wait for it, 78 horses. That's about 580 horsepower less than the V8 Supercar. And in terms of acceleration, it's going to take you up to about 13 seconds to get from 0 to 100. Check out these tyres. Narrow cross-ply 13-inch steel rims. For the brakes, you've got two 41mm discs on the front and two 25 by 45mm drums on the rear. Today, we run a Dunlop racing tyre specifically designed for V8 Supercars. It's a 17 by 11-inch alloy racing wheel. To stop the modern day supercar, we run 375mm 6-pot discs on the front and 4-pot 343mm discs on the rear. Fuel is a critical part of being successful at Bathurst. We now use a 120-litre tank for the 85% ethanol blend that we now all use. This year we'll do over 5 pit stops to complete the race. Down here we have a 36-litre fuel tank. In 1963, Bob and Harry did pit stops with standard leaded fuel. Now the key thing about this car is it has a much lighter weight, 866 kilograms. That's all in a car that's worth only $1,500. Critically, lap times are around 3 minutes 20 seconds per lap. Now these days, the cars are heavier, 1,345 kilograms. Also bigger is the price tag, $300,000. But the biggest factor is lap times. This year we'll lap well under 2 minutes 10 seconds per lap. That's well over a minute quicker than what they did back in 1963. Certainly a lot has changed since this car took the checkered flag back in 1963. Less than 10 people were involved in getting it to the finish line. This year, over 60 people will have an involvement with getting the IRWIN Ford on the starting grid. Going on last year's great race, the winning car finished the 161 laps in just under 6 hours and 27 minutes. That's a race average speed of 155 kilometres per hour. Now we do 30 laps more, finish the race in 80 minutes less, and we do an average speed of 50 kilometres per hour faster. One thing that'll never change is that Bathurst will always be one of Australia's key national sporting events. Winning the 50th great race will be special to any team or driver.